This laptop has one of the best screens I've seen in this price, but at the same time, it has a weakness that most people won't notice at first. So in this video, I'm going to show you what this laptop actually feels like in real use. Not just specs, but how it performs when you edit videos, use heavy apps, and do everyday work. So by the end of this video, you'll clearly know if this is the right laptop for you or something you should skip. The first thing you notice is the build. And honestly, it feels expensive the moment you touch it. No plastic feel, no flex, just a solid aluminum body that actually feels premium in hand. But here's what caught me off guard. This thing is thinner than it looks. It's around 0.7-inch slim, and even at about 4.25 pounds, it doesn't feel heavy when you pick it up. That balance is hard to get right. Then you open it, and the hinge just glides. One finger, smooth, all the way flat to 180 degrees. And it still feels stable, not loose. That's when you realize this isn't just about looks. It's built to handle real use, even rough days. But here's the thing.
None of this is the main reason people are buying this laptop. The real reason shows up the moment you turn the screen on. This is where things change. This is a 16-inch OLED display, and it looks seriously good. Colors pop instantly, blacks look deep, and everything just feels alive. It's sharp too, with a 2880 by 1800 resolution, so text is clean and details stand out. But what really hits you is the smoothness. That 120 Hz refresh rate makes scrolling feel fast and fluid. Once you notice it, it's hard to go back. And then there's HDR. Bright highlights, deep shadows, movies and videos just look better here. Even normal YouTube content feels upgraded. If you're editing photos or videos, this kind of color accuracy actually matters. You can trust what you're seeing. And yes, there's even a sharper 3.2K OLED option if you want more. So yeah, this display alone can sell the laptop, but a great screen means nothing if the performance can't keep up. Now, this is something you don't notice in specs, but you feel it every day. The moment you start typing, it just feels right. Keys have a nice travel, not too soft, not too hard, just balanced. You can type for a long time without that annoying fatigue, and that's rare in a lot of laptops. Then there's the trackpad. It's big, smooth, and the click actually feels solid, not hollow or cheap. After a while, you stop thinking about it, and that's a good sign, because when a keyboard is bad, you notice it instantly. Here, you don't.
But power, that's where things start to change. Now, this is the part most people care about. How fast does it actually feel? You open a few apps, maybe Chrome, Photoshop, a video editor, and nothing slows down. Everything just responds instantly. No lag, no waiting. It feels quick in a way that makes you trust the machine. And that makes sense, because inside you've got an Intel Core Ultra 9 285H. It's a 16-core chip that can push up to 5.4 gigahertz, paired with 32 gigs RAM and a fast 1 terabyte SSD. But more importantly, you can feel that power in real use. Editing photos feels smooth, scrubbing through videos doesn't stutter. Even when you're multitasking, jumping between apps, it stays consistent. What's interesting is it keeps up with laptops that cost even more. So for everyday creator work, it doesn't feel limited at all. But here's where things get a little tricky, because the performance story changes when we talk about graphics. Now here's where things get a bit confusing. At first, everything feels fast. You start editing, adding effects, maybe working on a video timeline, and it handles it pretty well. No major issues. For light editing, thumbnails, short videos, even some color work, it does the job. But then you push it a little more. Heavier effects, bigger projects, maybe some 3D work. And that's where you start to notice the limit. This model comes with an RTX 5050 GPU. It's not weak, but it's more of an entry-level graphics chip. It's made for creators who are starting out or doing moderate work, not heavy professional workloads.
And yes, it does have NVIDIA Studio drivers, so apps like Premiere Pro and Photoshop are optimized. That helps, but it doesn't fully close the gap. If you compare it to something like a MacBook Pro or Asus Pro Art with stronger GPUs, those machines clearly pull ahead in heavier tasks. So you're getting a very powerful processor, but a more basic graphics chip setting next to it. Now, this is something a lot of people don't think about until they actually need it. You sit down to work, plug in your devices, and that's when ports start to matter. And honestly, this laptop does a really good job here. On one side, you get HDMI 2.1, so connecting to a monitor or external display is easy. Then there are two Thunderbolt 4 ports, which are super fast and handle pretty much everything. Data, charging, even high-end displays. On the other side, you still get two USB-A ports. That's great because a lot of laptops are removing these, but people still use them every day. And then there's something creators will really appreciate, a full-size SD card slot. If you shoot photos or videos, this just makes your life easier. No dongles, no extra steps. You also get a headphone jack, which is always nice to have. For wireless, it comes with Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4, so connections feel fast and stable. So overall, it's a very complete setup. Now, let's talk about something creators always care about, battery life, because this is where things actually feel reliable.
You start your day, unplug the charger, and just use it normally. Browsing, editing, watching videos, and you don't feel that stress of running out of battery quickly. It easily lasts a full workday for most people, which is exactly what you want from a laptop like this. What's interesting is, even with this level of performance, it stays efficient. That new chip really helps balance power and battery, so you're not sacrificing one for the other. Compared to other laptops in this category, it actually holds up really well. In fact, it's one of the better ones when it comes to battery life. But to be fair, the MacBook is still the king in this area. That's one place where it clearly wins. But price is where this laptop becomes a tricky decision. Now let's talk about the price, because this is where things get a little tricky. At full price, this laptop starts at around $1949, and honestly, that's not cheap. The model we're talking about here also sits in that same range, so you're clearly paying for a premium experience. But here's where it gets interesting. If you catch it on sale, it can drop to around $1549, and suddenly it feels like a much better deal. At that price, the performance, display, and build start making a lot more sense. And then you have higher configurations going all the way up to $3499, with better graphics, more RAM, and extra storage. So there's room to go more powerful if you need it. But for most people, the base model already does a lot. So yeah, at full price, it feels expensive, but on sale, it becomes a much more attractive option. Now the big question, who is this laptop actually for?
If you're someone who works with photos, edits videos, or does design work, this laptop makes a lot of sense. The display is great for color work, and the performance is strong enough for most editing tasks. Even for content creators making YouTube videos or social media content, it feels fast and reliable. It's also a good choice if your work is a mix of productivity and media. You can edit, multitask, watch content, and do everyday work without any struggle. But it's not for everyone. If your work involves heavy 3D rendering or very complex projects, this might feel limited over time. And for hardcore gaming, there are better options with stronger GPUs. So this is more of a balanced creator laptop, not a heavy-duty machine. So overall, the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i gets a lot of things right. The display is easily one of its biggest strengths. Performance feels fast, and the build quality is solid. But at the same time, that GPU choice might not work for everyone, especially at this price. So it really comes down to how you plan to use it. Let me know what you think about it, and would you actually buy this laptop or go for something else?